always say, El Paso is that forgotten corner of Texas, too far from Dallas, too close to the border, too dusty, too hot. But here's what nobody is talking about. El Paso is one of the last major cities in America where you can still buy a beautiful home, enjoy an incredible quality of life, and not feel like you're drowning in housing and living costs. And people are figuring this out right now and locking in real estate prices the rest of the country would not believe. If you're thinking about moving here, you've landed in the right place. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the real numbers, real neighborhood, and what life actually looks like in the Sun City. Welcome back, y'all. I'm Chastity Rosales, your El Paso real estate expert. If you're thinking about relocating to El Paso, then this channel is here to help make your decision as smart as possible. If you want real talk over hype, hit subscribe. Now let's get into everything you need to know about living in El Paso, Texas. Let's start with the number that tends to stop people mid-sentence the first time they hear it. According to recent market data, median home prices here in El Paso generally sit in the mid to upper 200s, sometimes even lower. We just got one of our buyers a remodeled home for $180,000. So what does the mid-level get you though? Even with home prices rising over the past several years, El Paso remains significantly more affordable than many major U.S. housing markets. And this is not leftover inventory nobody wanted. In many parts of El Paso, that budget can get you a 3 or 4 bedroom home with a nice backyard, modern finishes, and in some neighborhoods, brand new, even mountain views. For renters, the story is similar. Our rental market trends many 3 and 4 bedroom homes in El Paso rent between $1,600 and $1,900 a month, remaining significantly more affordable than comparable housing in many larger metro areas. Now, El Paso is still a Texas city, which means you get the no state income tax benefit. But like anywhere in Texas, that advantage compared with property taxes. And in El Paso, it averages around 2.7% with our homestead exemption. On a $250,000 home, that runs around $6,000 a year, which is far more manageable than carrying the same rate on a $600,000 house somewhere else. And whether you buy or rent, let's face it, you're paying property tax. So the math here works strongly in your favor. According to Freddie Mac's weekly mortgage survey, a 30-year fixed rate is sitting low to mid sixes. Even at that rate, the monthly payment on a medium home in El Paso is accessible in a way that most cities just simply can't offer right now. So the numbers look pretty good, but what does it look like living here day to day? It's my favorite part. Here's something El Paso locals will tell you almost immediately. This city has a feel that is genuinely hard to replicate anywhere else. El Paso sits in the far western corner of Texas, framed by beautiful Franklin Mountains with the Rio Grande running alongside of it. Geography alone is striking. The Franklin Mountain State Park sits right inside the city limits and one of the largest urban parks in the country. You get outdoor access most cities could only dream of. One thing almost every client always tells me after moving here is they suddenly spend more time outside. With over 300 sunny days a year, walks, hiking, backyard cookouts, and weekend adventures become part of everyday life. Some say after years of gray winter, they forgot how much sunshine affects their mood and how much they missed it. Now, if you're a foodie, you're going to be spoiled here because El Paso sits where Texan, New Mexico, and Mexican culture traditions collide. Green chili, tacos, burritos, the best steak, brisket, enchiladas, and fruit with tahini. So many wonderful cuisines here. And we have a great craft brewery scene. This city eats well and sometimes too well, so beware. Commutes are refreshingly manageable too. Most residents, without the traffic around construction zones, can get to work within 15 and 30 minutes without a grinding freeway experience that you will see in most major metro areas. That may not sound exciting now, but getting that extra 30 to 60 minutes back a day is a huge difference than when you lived with city traffic. But here's something that surprises almost everyone who relocates here, and it has nothing to do with housing prices. This is what you need to understand. The broad numbers alone take you so far, but where you actually land in El Paso shapes everything. Your commute, your schools, your neighbors, and your daily routine. That's why a conversation goes deeper than any single video can cover. That is exactly why I put together a free relocation guide. It breaks down the best neighborhoods, top schools, community amenities, and the practical details you need to make a confident decision. It is the same resource I share with my private relocation clients, and you can grab it here completely free using the link in the description below. So go download it. Let's keep going because there's something about this city that a lot of outsiders genuinely do not realize. Most people don't realize just how important Fort Bliss is to this city. It is one of the largest military installations in the United States, and it's not just a background detail. It is central to this city's identity, economy, and housing market. It supports over 30,000 active duty soldiers and generates billions in annual economic growth for this region. Think of a horseshoe. Now place Fort Bliss in the middle. Our major subdivisions horseshoe around Fort Bliss, making it convenient living. What does that mean practically? El Paso has a built-in consistent housing demand that stabilizes the market in ways purely civilian metros just don't experience. And military families relocate here consistently through PCS. If you are one of those families, BAH rates for El Paso reflect local housing costs, and many members find that they can purchase comfortably around their housing allowance, with it covering a large part of their mortgage. This matters even with zero military connection. Fort Bliss anchors healthcare, retail, logistics, and contractor businesses across the city and region. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, El Paso's employment rate has remained relatively stable because it's supported by this consistent government and defense employment base. El Paso's economy remains supported by a diverse mix of military, healthcare, education, logistics, and cross-border trade employment. Those sectors help provide us a level of stability that many housing markets cannot rely on. Let's be upfront about something that comes up almost every relocation call I have. El Paso is served by several independent school districts, including El Paso, Isleta, Socorro, and Canatia, to name a few, most with great magnet programs and open enrollment for military families. The performance picture is mixed just like almost every city in America, which means the neighborhood you choose genuinely matters for family with school-aged children. And strong campuses like UTEP exist across the city. And it has a #1 research institution with growing academic profile. Families who research the neighborhood level, not just the citywide average, consistently find solid options. It is one of the biggest reasons local guidance matters so much in this market. I've had clients relocate here to expecting to stay 3 or 4 years, and 10 years later, they're still here. That's why it's important to think of purchasing. And it happens more often than you think. So is El Paso actually that underrated city hiding in plain sight? Well, after living here and working in this market over 20 years, the honest answer is yes, because of its affordability, culture, and outdoor lifestyle. It consistently ranks among the most affordable large cities in the United States, with overall living costs running measurably below national average, and El Paso is often ranked one of the top 3 safest cities in the U.S. But people who stay here long-term aren't just staying for the price. They stay because El Paso has a culture, a community, and a sense of place that does not show up in any spreadsheet. That's why so many people who come here for work end up making El Paso home. El Paso, Texas is one of the most genuinely undervalued cities in the country, and the full picture is even more compelling than the price tag alone, with median home prices half the national average, consistently below the national benchmark for cost, and steadied by Fort Bliss, the economic anchor of our city. Real opportunity for buyers paying attention exists here. The lifestyle here is shaped by mountain geography, exceptional sunshine, a deeply rooted culture, culinary art, and a community that feels larger than the big metro cities tend to lose. And when you put the financial picture together, the monthly numbers in El Paso open doors for people who have been priced out or worn down by bigger markets. The city rewards the people who take time to actually understand it. If you are planning to move to El Paso and want someone who works in this market every day in your corner, I would love to help. All my contact information is in the description below. Reach out however is most convenient for you, and we'll build a plan around your budget, your timeline, and the neighborhoods that fit your family best. Don't forget to grab the free relocation guide while you're down there. The neighborhood breakdown, school details, and lifestyle insights in there will give you a genuine head start. And if you want to keep going, watch the next video right here to continue learning about this market. And do me a favor, like, share with others, and follow. I'll see you at the next one.